stop the A train. Bro. And your team is better than my team. Yeah. Your team is better than my team.
Let me go to this again, bro. You score.
Nigga, use the Chargers, bro. Use Patty Mahomes, bro. Use Patty Mahomes. Nice. Bro.
Fuck.
That's alright. That's alright. So I can do some inside runs. Bro, you know I'm just gonna be running that shit with Henry now, bro. Oh, yeah, it's my ball. Called it. I'm doing lead left. Got it.
Here's the kicker, Harrison Butker, ready to get this one started. And
Yeah, it was your kicker. It was your kicker.
That was a terrible
this will be
kick.
brought out from the middle of the end zone.
Oh my god.
Let's kill myself.
Almost killed myself. It's crazy.
Fans have been turned to tell everybody in the
So here are the Titans now for their first drive.
including Bella.
And they will be led out by the
Bella
youngster,
ain't
the rookie, their QB.
I tell you what, when he's on schedule for that week, secondaries take notice because you've got to stay alert back there on every snap.
God damn, I can't run this shit.
Challenging any level of the defense on any given play. That's why so many scouts preach
You
about
good
talent when preparing for the
Shut
NFL
him!
draft.
I was there! What are you talking about?
He's an asset to have in any offense.
Get him 10 yards on the pickup, and that'll bring up a second and just about a few inches here. Again, it's Henry. There's a nice move.
Yeah.
And they'll get this to the 30-yard
Bro,
line before
That ass step on.
44
you
yards
can't stop the stiff arm, bro. You can't stop it.
You attack
Play has
the
all
hand
way
that has the
down to
ball.
30 now for first and 10. In motion is Phillips.
They fucking works.
Now they'll fake the jet sweep and run up the middle with Henry. What a great effort there.
Bro, I'm already this close with Henry.
And they'll spot it at the 13-yard line.
No.
Nice run.
What happened?
They moved the ball over
You have to, bro, because you don't really have a good running back.
from the 13.
You did.
Now they work
I don't
on
know.
first
That's
and
how
10.
fucking that's how horrible he is.
Side with Henry. And into the end zone for a Tennessee touchdown.
I was ready to stiff arm too, bro.
Henry, a 13-yard touchdown run. And the Titans put the Knights' first points on the board as they
I was ready to
take
stiff
the
arm.
lead.
You did.
But Charles, clearly they wanted to send a message there and impose their
Or, you know what the running. Darren, you know what I'm running.
Message
Oh,
sent.
oh, oh,
I
oh.
don't know that the team on the other side of the field wanted to receive it, but what a statement. on
You
the
just
opening
can't do
drive.
shit, can you?
Just run it all the way downfield, no passes. That absolutely sets the tone that they're going to be physical in this game.
I chose left.
There's the Titans team as they run up and send this one away. From a yard or two deep, here comes a return.
Don't get off me, bro. Rats, he's only me.
Yards here for his trouble and bringing it out of the end zone as he's down at the 27. The KC offense.
Bro, they're giving up all the
purpose,
purpose, bro. So keep playing.
MVP in this league, it's Patrick Mahomes.
And when you
Patty
think of
Mahomes.
Patrick Mahomes, you start to think about all of his attributes, and you realize very quickly he can't
Yellow,
just
yellow,
put it in
yellow.
the box.
Yellow, yellow,
How
yellow.
the game proceeds, no matter what is needed, he tends to have an answer for it and plays.
Over the middle, and there's a diving catch. First down yardage on the first play of the drive, 14 yards.
Every guy that plays this game has plenty of people around him that are concerned for his health and well-being. He had no regard for his body on that catch at all, did he?
Middle of the field, diving to grab it. No, he didn't. Mahomes now on first down. Trying to fight his
Yeah. Yo, Aiden, don't. Aiden.
It's intercepted. It's Roger McCreary with a pick. And running with power
No,
here.
I'm fucking sold.
Finally put it into the return, but eventually takes it back all the way inside the 10-yard line. So that changes things. You get the interception, and then to boot, a good return tacked on.
And really, it was down to him versus the quarterback on the return, and that's one you would think the defender would win. But a nice job there of seeing the play all the way to the end and making a tackle.
What can you do? I just got an interception, bro.
After the interception, a quick change in the situation here.
Yo, I'm pushing through. I'm just pushing
Might
through.
as well say that.
Five down to the 3.
I'm just giving this all he wants. This thing I didn't know.
I'm just pushing through, bro.
And that's a nice pickup on the ground.
No, because I really was. Look. Look, I'm just pushing through. You pass. Pushing through, bro. I'm just pushing through.
Penetrating the D.
Position now at the 3. Here's second and goal. Henry again. And he's
Damn.
not going too far. In fact, stopped dead in his tracks.
He's
at
in.
the 3.
Fuck.
Call it no gain that
I'm
time,
not
and now it's third.
He ain't injured.
His
My boy
path
Darius
became
ain't
similar
injured.
to almost running a
Yes,
stretch
I
play,
lose the
didn't
game,
it? Trying to
I'm done
find
with
a
that.
crease anywhere to put his foot in the ground and cut back.
Just to get on my
It just
side.
never materialized.
You're talking about
Henry will take this into the end zone for a Titans touchdown. So 2 drives, 2
Maybe this game
touchdowns
could
here
do-
this first
What?
quarter, and he's got both of them.
You know this game could do that.
Himself
Good.
up for a big game here, and I think if
I
the
don't wanna
play
do it.
caller doesn't get in his
He
own
scores
way,
2 points.
they should keep riding him the entire way of this game. Until the defense proves they can stop him, that's what I would call.
I don't know what I just picked, but
Now
it was something I
Mike Vrabel
picked.
will tell the offense to go for 2 here. They'll try and run it in with Henry. And he
Yes,
is
they
into
could do
the
that.
end zone again as he
Yes, they
scores
could do
both the
Yeah, I know
touchdown
you. I know
and
you.
the 2-point
Fuck
conversion
itself.
to extend this lead.
It could go fuck itself.
This game eats.
Bye.
No, I'm not gonna flash me. I'm gonna let you live. I'm gonna let you live. This time. Yeah, I swear to God. I
Bro,
don't get royal.
just broke that tackle.
I don't get at least 15 rounds. I don't get at least
The
17
kickoff
rounds.
unit
I
is
bet
out
you.
on the field, and they will send
I'm
this one
flashing.
away. From a couple
Well,
yards
good thing
deep,
I
he'll
want,
bring
don't
it
want
out
you
of
to
the
have
end zone.
17.
And he will make it back to the 15, and that's it. Good
Wait, how much
coverage
yards did I
there by the
get?
kick
15.
team. Kansas City taking the field.
I'm actually gonna. Swear to God, he's gonna got one more fucking chance, nigga.
Drive.
Sure,
Charles,
God.
it's kind of gut check time. Look, I know it's early, first quarter, just their second drive of the game, but they've already thrown the interception, given up the score. You're down double digits. They got to figure out something, and pretty quickly here.
No doubt about it, and when we look at that sideline, I'm sure you're observing the same thing I am. I don't like the body language at all. They look like they're in a state of stunned disbelief. So to me, we always talk about someone stepping up and making a big play. I think it would behoove them if multiple guys step up and make big plays right now. They need something positive to happen, and they need for it to happen now.
Oh. Struggles continue. Here's another one intercepted. Picked up by Elijah Molden. And they will find... Back to an end, but not before he's down inside the 5-yard line at the 4. That's such a costly interception, nearly a pick six, but now they're so close they are knocking on the door for a touchdown.
And I never want to get on any team for being aggressive because that's part of what their makeup is.
And he gets in. Touchdown, Tennessee. Derrick Henry doing it again with his 3rd touchdown here in the opening quarter. And the Titans are able to strike quickly to add on to their lead. Well, this has all the makings of a landmark day running the football. He scored 3 times now, and we haven't hit the quarter break.
You think back to Alvin Kamara, Christmas Day 2020, 6 touchdowns, which tied Ernie Nevers, the Hall of Famer. He's halfway there already. Some fancy footwork in the early going.
Well, they couldn't be happy that they were having to stop a 2-point conversion because that means they gave up a touchdown. But a little solace there. You saw some good gang tackling, stacking him up before he can get to the end zone.
We talk about offensive units putting in more 2-point period sessions in practice. Defensively, do you do the same?
Absolutely. You have to, because you never know how aggressive these offenses are going to be in games nowadays.
Mahomes will lead the Chiefs up 1st and 10 at their own 13. Trying to shake off the interception. He'll look to throw. That's laid out deep for Rice. And it's knocked away and incomplete.
Haven't met a corner that's worth his salt yet that ever admits to worrying about man coverage. How about the play there, breaking that pass up?
An incomplete pass on 1st down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Here's Mahomes to throw. And his throw here's incomplete.
Anytime he reads man coverage, I don't think it's going to be the only time he'll try and hit that route to the outside in this game. He'll test the perimeter, but that time they were up to the challenge.
Throwing is Mahomes on 3rd. He's got his target. That's complete. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Yellow.
On 1st and 10, here's Pacheco. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. Plays like we just saw there. That's why they're up right now. And the defense, they're doing their job.
Yeah, it starts with the guys up front. So when you talk with GMs who are putting together a team, a lot of them say we're going to build from the inside out because if you control the line.
Oh, this is taken in. It's complete. A big play there for KC. 45 yards.
Seems like all the fireworks in this 1st quarter have been on the other sideline, but here they're saying, hey, we've got some explosive guys on our side too. And that's a big play in a game that's looking like it might be full of big plays.
So the big play has them all the way down to the 30 now for 1st and 10. Now Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete. Too tough to hold on to that one. It's 2nd down.
Well, they've got man coverage on the outside, and my scouting report on these DBs tells me that they matters in their own hands. They want man coverage, not zone. And there was good coverage there that forced the incompletion.
They go play fake. Mahomes. Looking middle, and it's incomplete.
What would look like a march to the end zone has hit a momentary roadblock with that incompletion. No need to panic. They just got to come up with a high percentage play call and see if they can get their offense back on track.
Again, they'll throw with Mahomes. And the throw there going to be incomplete. 4th down now as the Titans defense holds up in coverage.
This defense has certainly played well so far in this game, and the coverage has been tight on just about every throw. Forced a few here so far in this game, and now it brings up 4th down.
The offense staying out there. They look prepared to go here on 4th and 10. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. Andy Reid went for it, but it won't pan out. And as a result, it'll be Titan football on the turnover on downs. Well, that's another mistake there on the drop pass on 4th, and we've seen him do things like this all game.
It's not hard to figure out why they're down by that deficit. They haven't made plays that are going to keep them in the game or win the game all game long. That's another example right there. It all boils down at the end of it to execution. Either you make the play or you don't.
And they'll get this well past midfield before being stopped just before the 35. We are in for a good one as we're through one. Ready for the 2nd quarter from Tennessee, and it's the homestanding Titans in possession. as they've got it with a 1st and 10. Tenth carry now for Derrick Henry. Powers through. Derrick Henry all alone. Now he's into the clear again. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry on his way to a historic performance. 4 first-half touchdowns. And the Titans continue to pull away here in this first half. And that CD, one heck of a run. He just refused to go down.
And that's where determination comes in, because he had at least a couple of guys had really good shots at him, but he just said, I don't think so. Speed, power. All on display right there. Look like you, partner, back in your salad days in Evansville.
Now Mike Vrabel going to tell the offense to go for 2 here. They'll try and run it in with Henry. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from a few steps into the end zone. And not a good return here at all, as they'll be forced to start at the 12-yard line. Now the they get ready to head on the field. Yellow. They've got some stuff to build on from that last drive, because they moved the football, CD, and then they tried to go for it on 4th down, didn't convert, probably left a bitter taste in their mouths.
I would say so, and I think that they go out in this series determined for that not to happen again. In fact, they don't even want to get to a 4th down opportunity. They just want to make sure they get it done within the parameters that they've set for themselves. Run their offense, get it into the end zone. Yeah, I think a little bit of determination and a dash of anger.
Back to the air on 2nd down. It's Mahomes. Got an open man. It's Valdez-Scantling. And able to get it across the 20 before they get to him. Mahomes to MVS there for the Kansas City first. Back to throw here. The throw here right sideline falls incomplete.
My first thought is surprise, because that's one of the better tight ends around, and I've seen him pull in balls like this before. But how about a little credit to the defense forcing that incompletion?
So after the incompletion, 2nd and 10 from the 22. Mahomes to throw once more. And that is incomplete. A lot of force bearing down on him there. He could not hang on. It's 3rd down.
All right, help me out here a little bit, partner, because what I'm seeing is a passing game that's just struggled to complete anything. No rhythm, no timing. Seems like every pass is also contested well, so give some credit to the defense.
Mahomes now to throw. He gets this one complete to Rice. And he will have a Chiefs 1st down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
Now that's the kind of big play you'd like to see. This first half, it hasn't gone their way, and they could use a shot in the arm, something to perk them up a bit. And they get one here in the passing game.
Incomplete, but a penalty flag is down in the backfield. Let's get the call.
Offense.
He's trying to protect his quarterback's blind side. Got nabbed for the hold.
You have one job over there. Make sure that man does not get hit. So if you have to hold occasionally, do so, because they don't catch all of them. This time they did.
Now it's Mahomes again. That ball caught. It's Rice. And they've got it well across midfield down to the 40 before it's all said and done. It's a gain of 34.
So often when we're watching a football game, we see one with a lot of ebbs and flows, and this one is no different. And sometimes you just need a big play to wake you up a bit. And they get one right there. That shot of caffeine this offense was looking for.
Meanwhile, Mahomes' throw here complete to Kelsey. And brought down, but not before they're inside the 25. 17 more yards on that one as they keep the drive rolling. This offense finding its legs now. Here's another 1st and 10. They fake the give. Now Mahomes. And incomplete. A drop there in the middle third of the field. That'll bring up 2nd down. So another incompletion there. He's hitting on fewer than half his pass attempts in this one, and that is not a winning formula.
Yeah, so let's make sure we give a little bit of credit to the defense here. They've given him a lot to think about, a lot of different looks, and he seems a little bit confused trying to complete passes.
Yellow. After the incomplete pass, here now is 2nd and 10. And again, it's Mahomes. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
He did a fine job there of not hitting it before the ball arrived, and I've got to tell you, you can often mistime that play because of the angles of approach. When you're going to get him, sometimes you panic as well and think, I've got to be there right now. Instead, in this case, timed it perfectly and knocked it free.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. To throw, it's Mahomes. Work in the middle of the field, and he's got a man complete. And brought down, but not before they get it inside the 10 to the 7. They're able to convert on 3rd down, and that sets up a 1st and goal.
And this is an offense in need of getting a few good things to happen. Here's one right here. They've had their share of struggles in key moments, but that's a nice throw and nice work after the throw.
That is caught by Rice. Touchdown, Kansas City. A 7-yard touchdown grab, and the Chiefs are able to cut into that deficit. Harrison Butker is on for the extra point. He's got it to bring it back to 28-7 now. So that one a long 11-play drive. And it winds up with the Chiefs hitting pay dirt. Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. And here comes a return from the middle of the end zone. And he'll be brought down at the 28-yard line, so the decision to bring it out of the end zone gets him 3 more. And we spotlight Derrick Henry. Might he be on his way to a record-setting performance here, Charles? 2nd quarter, and the yardage number already ridiculous.
And they always talk about just focusing on the next play, but sometimes it's okay to dream big because
I'm focusing on the 4th quarter already.
Listen, I don't blame you, though, because we could be witnessing some type of history here, and it's being done by him and, of course, the big guys up front who are creating the holes for him to run through.
Yeah, they've all been good so far. 2nd down, they go again with Henry. Now he's loose again, shoves him away, and he's going to be shoved out of bounds inside the 15-yard line. 217 yards for him on the ground so far tonight as he has been terrific in this first half. Great run there, but it looked like they were going to have him from the top. He was able to push through. They didn't wrap up defensively.
No, they didn't. All credit to the runner for making it happen, breaking through some contact and going a long way. But the defensive guys, when they watch this on tape, they're not going to be real happy with themselves. They had a great opportunity that they let slip through their hands.
A give to Henry. And for one of the first times tonight, he's going to be held up at the line of scrimmage. So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. Inside handoff, Henry. The broken tackle could not free him as he's brought down at the 10-yard line. After getting stuffed on first down, not much better there. 2-yard gain. They'll see about converting this 3rd and 8. A handoff, running left, Henry. And he will score. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry. A 10-yard touchdown run as his guys have opened up a very comfortable lead.
We see this a lot on 3rd and short yardage, especially down here in the red zone. They're going to sell out to stop the run, try and hold them to a field goal. But once the running back gets past the first wave, the resistance can evaporate after that. And he not only picks up the first, but he takes it all the way into the end zone.
Now Mike Vrabel going to tell the offense to go for 2 here. They'll try and run it in with Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. You know, we've discussed this before, and we've seen it at practices. Extra periods being put in for the offense on these 2-point tries. But the defense, they're beefing up their support as well in practice.
They absolutely have to. If people are going to go for 2 and try and gain those advantages and make it tougher on your team as the game goes along, you have to be in a position to stop those. You can't let them get the advantage. So, yes, the defensive teams, they're putting in that extra time on 2-point plays as well.
Mahomes now on first down. Open man, it's the tight end Kelsey. And they'll get it all the way up about 5 yards shy of midfield. Great way to start the drive. 20 big ones and a first down.
And I don't think there's any question that this offense is going to need to hit on a few more plays like this. It's been a difficult first half for them, to say the least. And I do believe if they want to get back in this game, they need to start right now. It's kind of like making adjustments. If you try and wait until the half, it's probably too late. They need to get going right here.
And he'll go down, but not before getting this inside the 30. The 2 big plays right in succession as this one goes for 27.
For a tight end, he's got good straight line speed, and on that route, he's often the guy that gets overlooked. Nice job there of finding him in stride for really good yardage.
On first down, Mahomes. And that's going to be incomplete.
And not a common sight, at least on this drive. A momentary setback, though, for this passing game that has been moving well this series. Good thing for them, though. Still 2 more downs to connect and try and pick up another first down.
Mahomes again here on 2nd and 10. Oh, the ball comes out on the hit, but they'll say it's incomplete.
They haven't been able to stop them so far this series, but getting a nice little stand from their defense now.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Looking to throw is Mahomes. Completes it to Hardman. And he will have a first down here as they get into field goal range as well, down at the 17-yard line. So we've reached halftime. Getting through the break at record pace and right back to football. 3rd quarter, here we go. And we welcome you back live now inside the booth alongside Charles Davis. I'm Brandon Gaudin, set and ready to rock for the 3rd quarter. It'll be the Chiefs football to begin quarter number 3, and they trail here as we are back underway now on EA Sports. They'll elect to bring it out here from the end zone. And in hindsight, probably should have taken a knee as he only gets this out to the 16-yard line. Here comes the Chiefs offensive unit as they'll have it to begin quarter number 3. CD, they certainly know the hole that they face as they begin the second half. They have to do what precious few teams have done in NFL history, and that's try to come back from a 4-possession deficit.
And, partner, you know as that team gathers, they're saying to each other, you never say never, right? Because if you're on an NFL roster, that's how you have to think. You can always come back and win a ball game. And let's face it, we saw a certain Super Bowl, a 25-point lead late, that wasn't enough to put someone away. But that being said, this task is near impossible. Let's face it. And bottom line is, it officially becomes impossible if this possession is an empty one.
Well, maybe this offense has learned something from watching their counterparts work. I'm wondering if their coaching staff said, let's do what they've been doing the entire game, because that's worked well. This offense, they have not looked particularly good all game long, but nice throw there for a good gain and a first down.
Give him a gain of 5 on the completion, and that's going to bring up second down.
And let's face it, you can put any Halloween costume on him. You're not going to be able to disguise him, because for a tight end of his size, difficult to sneak him anywhere, but that's what they tried to do. Lined up on his right, tried to work his way back to his left, but just a minimal gain as the defense was able to react quickly.
And they'll wind up getting this one all the way down inside the 20. A gain there of 30 big ones.
And this offense needed something to try and seize the momentum a little bit, and that might have been exactly what they needed. Now they have a chance to go downfield and score and cut into the lead.
Now here's a pass on first down that's knocked away and incomplete.
Anytime a ball's thrown in the middle of the field and it's popped up in the air, I expect someone to catch. It doesn't matter whether it's offense or defense, because there's usually a great amount of bodies in that part of the field. In this case, no one came up with it.
Mahomes will try again on second down. To Valdez-Scantling over the middle. And he'll take it from the 18 to the 15. A gain of 3.
They kept the receiver in the short field, but that let his quarterback get the ball quickly to him before either guy in double coverage could react.
Here's play number 7 on the drive. This is 3rd and 7. Now here's Mahomes. And for a 3rd time tonight, he's intercepted. Picked off by Elijah Molden. And the Titans are going to have it here as they'll start at their own 24-yard line. So it was a drive that had real promise here to begin the 3rd quarter, but ultimately derailed by the INT.
And that was the position you wanted to be in, coming out to start this 3rd quarter, get a nice drive going, looking for the end zone. Possibly got a little bit too greedy right there.
The Titans offense set to begin the drive. On first down, Levis. It got his man complete. There he goes again. Touchdown, Titans. Derrick Henry, 76 yards. Titans are pouring it on. Well, partner, I mean, if anybody was still questioning whether or not he had an NFL caliber arm, I think you can toss that right out the window. That was a heck of a throw right there.
I would agree totally. Question it no more. This rookie, big time throw right there. Great poise, stepped up, trusted he could lay it in there perfectly, and he knew that his guy was going to make the catch on the other end. Nice collaboration.
And he is into the end zone again, so get him some oxygen. He scores on the long run and then punches in the 2-point conversion for good measure. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And here comes a return from just beyond the goal line. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. And Kansas City's offense now set and ready to go. Well, we're still in the 3rd quarter, so there's some time to kind of clean this up and make it look more respectable. Now, a win, that's probably gone out the window, Charles, but I don't know. Do you look at this as a time to just improve and maybe start to look towards the future?
I think you have to find something to play for, something to grasp onto until the clock runs out. But, Brandon, we've been around this game a long time. This is an outlier. You don't get many blowouts like this no matter how the game looks on paper going in. This one has turned out to be everyone's worst nightmare realized.
That's Azeez Al-Shaair getting through for the sack that time. And they went empty backfield, and because of that, nobody was there to pick up the blitz.
And you know that offenses, when they go with the empty backfield, they have different things designed on every play to try to account for things. But what people often forget, defense is audible as well. And a lot of times when they see an empty backfield, they audible right into a blitzing situation.
Mahomes going to throw. That's going to be knocked away and incomplete.
I know conventional wisdom says, hey, don't get it all back in one play. But sometimes you go ahead and even try to. They tried to get it all back on that one. Weren't able to do so.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Open man here. It's the tight end, Kelsey. And he will have a Chiefs first down as they're able to get the 3rd down conversion.
And that's well executed there on 3rd down. And I love the confidence that they had to let their tight end try and find some space in the middle of the field, right in their quarterback's line of vision. And QBs love to make that easy throw, and they hooked up there for a first down.
And he gets this one just shy of the 40. They'll mark him down at the 39. 12 more yards there and another first down. Well, a lot of ground left to make up, obviously. A lopsided contest, and we're already in the 3rd quarter. Now, they won't get it all back in one play or one drive. That's cliche, but Mahomes can't get away, and down he goes. That one will set him back nearly 10 yards here on first down on the sack. Defensively on the previous play, they gave up a pretty good chunk of yardage, but right there, they got a good portion of it right back.
And if we just flip it around from the offensive perspective, took a nice step forward, and how about a couple of leaps backwards after that play? They've got to figure out a big call coming up here to try and gain that yardage back.
After the sack, it's 2nd and 19, and the road gets a bit tougher from here. Here's Mahomes to throw. That ball is caught. Marquez Valdez-Scantling. A good pickup there. 18 yards as they get closer for 3rd down.
That's a good bounce-back play right there after taking a sack on first down. Didn't quite get it to the marker, but now they're in a much better spot for a 3rd and short yardage call. If you're the offensive coordinator, you like looking at that section a heck of a lot better than trying to figure out 3rd and long. And you can tell just by looking at them that this offense is a frustrated unit. Things are really unraveling here, and as a head coach, time to earn your paycheck. You've got to find a way to keep it together as that brings up another 4th down.
Mahomes throwing on 4th. And it's incomplete. They cannot convert, and they turn it over. So certainly an interesting call there to go for. Titans, they've got the football back, and they've got it in great field position. And the busy night for Henry continues. 235 yards for him on the ground now. He has been a tough man. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. 1 quarter remains here in this Thursday night matchup. Back now in Nashville. And this is a blowout so far as we get set for the 4th quarter. A very one-sided affair. So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. On the counter, it's Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11. So after some runs, now they'll throw with Levis. Throw right side, going to be taken in by Henry. Touchdown, Titans! Derrick Henry, 38 yards. And the Titans continue to pour it on here in the 4th. He has really settled in throwing the football, and that touchdown here in the 4th quarter gives him a pretty comfortable cushion.
He may be a rookie, but he's playing like 4th quarter, and the QBing is easy. How about this guy? Youngster, not worried about anything, just cutting it loose and having fun.
Now the Titans leaving the offense out there. They'll go for 2. They'll try and run it in with Henry. And he is into the end zone again as he scores both the touchdown and the 2-point conversion to extend this lead. There's the Titan kick team as they run up and send this one away. And this is going to be returned from the middle of the end zone. And the decision to bring it out, not a good one, as he's tackled at the 15. And now here comes Kansas City. Where we stand right now in the fourth quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film session in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. Shotgun snap to Mahomes. And he knocks the ball away, and it falls incomplete.
They lead big, and a major part of that has been how they've taken their play to a whole new level this second half. No points allowed since the break, and you can add another incompletion to the total number that they forced in this runaway contest.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, they've had good success, 5 for 8 to this point. This is 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Mahomes. And that is incomplete. Oh, he had a defender right there with him to force that to the ground. And 4th down now coming up.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
And they're indeed going to go for it here on 4th down. So trailing here in the last quarter. Let's see how this plays out. Now Mahomes got to have this one. He's got his target. That's complete. And he is going to have the Chiefs first down as they manage to convert. And that'll keep the drive alive. No reason not to try it there, and they do indeed convert on 4th. 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They felt compelled to go for it, and they got it.
Well, I'd look down at my play sheet, and what I would find, plays that have been successful throughout the game that have worked at the distance you need, and that's exactly what they got done.
And Mahomes with the throw, it's caught by Rice. And he'll be corralled out across midfield down to the 45. It's another first down as they look his way again, this time 19 yards. Well, a touchdown here on this drive, it wouldn't really put much of a dent in the score, the deficit right now, but as you've mentioned in the past, CD, their coach is probably just hoping to see something executed correctly on this drive before we close out the ball game.
Yeah, and I think that every guy who's on the field has to feel exactly the same way, because if not, they might be looking for replacements. Treat every drive as if it's your last and make it a successful one in some small way.
Now it's Mahomes again. And nearly another interception. Well, it would have been his 3rd of the game, but this time he couldn't hang on.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
Yellow. So now 2nd and 10 after the incompletion on first down. Throwing now is Mahomes.
That incompletion brings us one step closer to the end of this one. Maybe mercifully, partner. And let's face it, though, no surprise, they're still flinging it around. They have pride, too.
I don't need
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. Now Mahomes. Able to find the open man. That's complete. Touchdown. Rashee Rice with his 2nd touchdown of the night. And the Chiefs get a small measure of revenge as they cut into this 4th quarter deficit. Well, CD, they just haven't had a whole lot to cheer about or really grasp onto in this game. They've been dominated, but at least they get a late touchdown here, something positive to put on film for tomorrow's session.
Yeah, they're still trying to execute, trying to get some positives on their board and ledger sheet and keep this from being a total loss. Give them credit. They're going down fighting.
Now after the touchdown, here's Butker on to kick it away. This will be brought out from the middle of the end zone. Oh, a good-looking return set up here. He's past the 30. He will score. Touchdown, Tennessee.
Well, he made the right choice by result, but a little bit surprising because now with touchbacks coming back to the 25 instead of the 20, when guys fielded that deep in the end zone, I think most coaches want them to take a knee.
Yeah, it's resulted in more kneel downs. Not right there. And now once again, they'll line up to go for 2. They'll try and run it in with Henry. And maybe a measure of revenge there. He's had his way in this one, but this time they get him behind the line.
I know we could sit up here and dance around it a little bit, but going for 2 in this situation, somebody doesn't like someone else. There's no doubt in my mind.
Well, what they couldn't see is you lean back in your chair and you yeah, that's not a good decision. They didn't get it, though.
Yeah, I don't think you can just say, well, my kicker's hurt in this spot. No, okay.
And we'll see a return here from the end zone. And he's only going to get this to the 4-yard line. Here's the Kansas City offense now as they get set to take over. Well, we said it at halftime that they would need a nearly perfect second half to erase that deficit that they were facing, CD. But unfortunately, the second half has pretty much been a carbon copy of the first.
Yeah, that early lead was almost insurmountable the way their opponent was playing. And, partner, they do have some good news, though. This one is getting close to being over, and they can try and hit the reset button starting tomorrow.
Gotta go, baby. Throwing on first down is Mahomes. He finds McKinnon complete, and they'll get him down up past the 15. That'll go for a gain of 13, helping big time to get away from that end zone. First down. Now, this is certainly one of the bigger losses that we are going to see for quite some time. And you have to think at this point where we're at in the 4th quarter with how wide this advantage is. For this offense, they're just trying to end things with a positive drive and then get the heck out of here.
Yeah, if this had been a concert, you would have heard plenty of sour notes in this one. But they certainly don't want to end it on one. They want to put together a few more throws like that and at least have a final drive to give them a little bit more hope as they move forward.
Throwing on first down, but this one winds up to be incomplete.
That incompletion is not a surprise with the way that this one has gone, and the frustration of body language is evident everywhere. This team, they've really been put through the ringer in this one.
An incomplete pass on first down. That leads to a 2nd and 10. Working from the gun, Mahomes. That ball caught. It's Rice. And he's brought down, getting this one up to about the 35. He's been big. 2 touchdowns earlier. Now he's got a first down here. Mahomes now to throw. Complete. The tight end, Kelsey. And he's tackled a yard short of the marker. Good gain of 9 on first down.
Nice rhythm throw there on first down. He located his tight end, made it a nice easy pitch and catch.
Hoping he can break a tackle or two. Wasn't able to do that there, but still good yardage. So the Chiefs in possession of the ball as we welcome you back. 2nd down and a little more than a yard here. Looking to throw is Mahomes. And this one almost intercepted. Far too loose with the football. Nearly a 4th pick of the ball game. He started out having some troubles back in the first half connecting with his receivers. Really hasn't gotten a whole lot better.
Yeah, he's at less than 50%, and you and I both know that just won't do. So I would think about spreading things out, putting it on the receivers, make them win those one-on-one battles on the perimeter, and find their way open.
Now the throw on third down, knocked away and incomplete. The Chiefs now going to use the first of their timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. All right, they're going to try and keep hope alive here on 4th down. They're going for it. They'll go for it. It's Mahomes. That is caught. And he'll be taken down, but not before he gets into enemy territory. That's a 4th down pickup of 10 yards and an opportunity certainly missed on the defensive side. Felt compelled to go for it there on 4th down, trailing in the 4th quarter. They got it done.
And there's always a lot of pressure on a 4th down call. Doesn't matter the distance. You stop to get it done, as you noted, and they did.
So this drive going to continue following the conversion on 4th. Here's 1st and 10. They go play fake. Mahomes. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down.
It's been clear in this matchup which side has been the more physical one. It's been this defense. And here's another example on that last play.
They fake the give. Now Mahomes. His throw incomplete.
Nice back-to-back plays defensively. They're stacking momentum now. 1 incompletion, 2 incompletion. They're going for more.
This offense was on the move. Now 2 straight incompletions have them looking at 3rd and 10. On play action, it's Mahomes. Pass taken in by his big tight end. And he's going to have another 1st down as the tackle's made at the Titans' 24-yard line. A gain of 22.
We often hear the phrase sure-handed tight ends, and he certainly fits into that category. Plus, he's got a quarterback who knows to look his way when they need a big pickup. And on this play, he finds.
And that is caught. Well, they're going to see this one to the end. They get a score, but pretty much an exercise in futility right now. Still down big. Butker on for the PAT. Oh, look at this. A flip to the kicker. He's going to try to run for it. And he is not going to make it to the end zone. And that's pretty reflective of their game as a whole, as they'll remain down by a bundle.
Okay, they went for the fake off of the extra point attempt. It's a long way to go, and they didn't get there. Didn't get it completed successfully. Did someone dare them to do that? Did someone double dog dare them
I was going to ask you, maybe they saw something on film, but do you see something on film with those to try something from the 15 on a PAT? I don't know.
The only thing they needed to see on film there was a snap, a hold, and someone kicking the ball through the post.
And here comes Tennessee as they get set to take the field. Well, they don't need to score here, that's for sure. They could just kneel it. They've got the huge lead late 4th quarter, but we'll see how they're feeling, Charles.
Yeah,
Derrick Henry all alone. And he to the end zone. It's another touchdown. This thing is ugly. Well, forget about the weapons out wide. He knows he's got another weapon in the backfield in the passing game, Charles, and he utilized him perfectly on that play.
And the offense coordinator showed me something on that play, Brandon, because so often during a game, our cameras find them looking down at their play sheets, and you wonder if they're absorbing anything. He had something specific in mind, and he went to it, and it worked well.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away. And they're going to start this drive in pretty good shape, up past the 30. Now the Chiefs offense, they get ready to head on the field. Well, this game, it has had no shortage of offense. They've been able to put up a decent amount of points on this side, Charles. They just have not been able to keep pace with the other offense they're going against here.
Yeah, it's a good way of pointing things out because now it's not a total loss because, as you said, they've scored some points, so there's some plays they can build on, moments where the game plan actually worked. But overall, though, they were just out personnel. They were going up against a team that's playing at an elite level.
That goes for a Chiefs first down, 14 yards. What a throw right there for the first down. He has taken some real punishment in this game, but still standing in the pocket completing that one.
He's a flat-out warrior. There's no question about that. How about him stepping up into the teeth of the rush and delivering there for that big strike and that big pickup?
One final try from Mahomes. And that will be incomplete as time has run out on this football game. A higher scoring game, Charles, than we typically see in the National Football League, but fun to watch these offenses. They were really clicking. It seemed like